Hello, and welcome to the first of hopefully many episodes of a series that I have decided to start. Uh, I haven't came up with a name for it yet, but the basic idea is to review the shelf or bookshelf visual appeal of every Nintendo 64 game's box and cartridge. And that includes the sides of the box, because a good portion of the 64 game boxes had some pretty decent art on the sides. A lot of them had unique art, and others were completely terrible. And well, that's going to be the part of the fun of this series, is just to kind of see just the outlandishness of some of the 64 game boxes. It is honestly mind-blowing. So if you're into retro stuff, well, check it out. Uh, I guess we'll get this started here. Obviously, unless you're blind, you can tell which game I've decided to start with for the first episode. A game that pretty much anybody that had a Nintendo 64 had as a kid. Goldeneye 007. Not a big fan of this game myself, but we're not reviewing the game today. Right off the bat, the reason I cannot handle this box is because it's been ruined for me because of the his hand makes an elongated mouth. Because of that shadow, you just don't see anything well. It just makes the box goofy. So I could never personally take this seriously being on a shelf facing forward. Aside from that, I mean, you got explosions, jets, a satellite, him running from fire. It's neat. As for the bottom, that's him running from an explosion again. That's decent enough for a display purpose. A car, that's that's good enough, I suppose. It gets the point across. And this has always been the thing that just fascinates me about this box, aside from the mouth. I've never seen this on any other Nintendo 64 box, or I've never seen anything so revealing on one of these boxes until I found this box. It's a chick in her bra, and it's just surprising. I mean, it's not like it's bad, but back in those days, I'd assume quite a few people looked at that and were rather surprised. All in all, the box is pretty good. It's displayable from all sides, as opposed to that. I can't really imagine that would be much to look at on a shelf. Personally, I'd probably pick that just to turn some heads, or that, honestly. Move on to the cartridge to see what they decide to do with it. And they didn't do too bad, actually. I personally really like the background, how it is a spiral, similar to the opening of, I believe, mostly every movie. I don't know, there's like 20-something movies, I haven't seen them all. But every movie that I've seen has that in the opening, and I like that. No elongated mouth, him holding the gun, looking kind of serious. It's a good cover. It's not too bad. That would work on a shelf too. I like this cover better than I like the box's cover, to be totally honest. So, I mean, all in all, between the box and the cartridge, you got a pretty good looking set here. I like it. I approve. Uh, Not really haven't even figured out a way to end these episodes yet. So I guess I'm just going to go now. If you, again, are into retro games, Nintendo 64 specifically, sub if you want, and I guess just maybe you can get a kick out of looking at every single 64 box. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just kind of going to randomly pick off my shelf until I eventually go through them all. So, like if you enjoyed, sub if you want. Later.